All right. It's gonna be weird now because I haven't streamed for like... it always feels like a week, but it's maybe been, I don't know, like 5 days. Almost a week. It's been a little bit. Actually, no, it has been a week because we last streamed... I think we last streamed on a Wednesday. I don't remember what we're doing. Let's go look. I know we haven't actually advanced in the main quest at all. Because we're just doing side stuff. Because if we look on here, we went and we cleared out all this stuff except for this area right here. We didn't do the Sea Watcher like area. I could go there. And I didn't go to the Enclave yet. But we went through a lot of these tiny side things, just clearing out enemies. A lot of this was early content we kind of passed over. Because the game was very much like, hey, you're here. Go all the way here. Do not... You only have a couple of days. You need to go here. Just fight everything along the way and do this stuff. And then you need to go here if you want to do a quest. Otherwise, go back. They really wanted you to be in this southern region. Because if you go over here to the right, everything's just too hard. If you're just starting out. Also, welcome back, Crazy. How are you doing tonight? Hope you've had a good day. Now that we're in the evening hours. Late evening. We need to eventually go to this bandit camp, but I think it's unreachable because we don't actually, like, know where it is or something. We do know that they're going to attack the Larswood, but we're probably not going to be doing any of that today. We're probably just going to focus on clearing out all the rest of these locations, which will be neat. We have a lot of side quests to do still. Like the cloak, which that's in the Cloakwood, which I don't think we can do. The boots we're never going to finish because he's just going to take them back, and they're good boots. Prism the Sculptor we're not going to finish because that requires like doing a bad thing that I don't want to do. Sutri, hello, what's up? We just started. Dorniel Khan's companion we're not taking with us. Basilisk the Murderer. We don't know where Basilisk is. I don't remember if the guy told us where to find him either. I may have to look that up. I don't remember if he said so. Because this is talking about Lathander. That's just saying the person like Keldath who gave us the bounty offer is to do that. But we'll wait on that until I get in later. Half Ogres near Baragost. We actually finished this. So if we go back to Baragost, we can turn this in. This is just a weird quest that doesn't update for some reason. I may need to look up this one. Because this says going toward and we've already been like everywhere, so it must be like a new...
shows promise exceptional.
Must be a new, like a random event in one of these areas I've already been to. So I think I'm gonna actually look this one up and see like where am I supposed to go? Because this is talking about Baragost going down to So unless, for some reason, it's not in a straight line going to and it's like over here for some weird reason, I've already been, like I've even went back through, I think, all of these areas right here. So I don't know where he could be. He must be in a zone I've already been in. So let's go look it up. Where is Miriam's husband? Because I feel like this is a quest I was supposed to have earlier. And I don't want to like waste so many days in game just looking for this random man. Here we go. He's got his own wiki page. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. On the way to Nashkel in the South Baragost Road. Okay. Oh no! I have found this man. Oh no. Because he had a letter on him. And I think I got rid of the letter now because I wrote it down. Because I was like, maybe the game will be smart. And because I wrote it in my journal. I should have wrote it in my journal. I don't think I have the letter still, do I? I don't think so. Now, what would I have done with it? It would either be on the floor in here, which I don't know if things... No, things stay on the floor.
You want it? You got it.
It would be on the floor in here, or it would probably be in the barrel. Because I don't think people buy these.
You got it.
Uh-oh. don't think I dropped anything in the ends. Well, this is gonna be a problem. Is it in here? I don't see a letter. Uh-oh. Unless somebody bought it from me. I mean, that's a possibility. Hold on, let me double check. I think we've lost this letter. I don't think we're gonna find it. Here's the body of the halfling, but we've already taken the letter. I don't know what happened to it. Unless I can put it in here. That'd be weird, but never know. No, I don't see anything. Man. Oh, chapter. Oh, maybe it was searching by chapter. This one. This is the letter right here. I have it in my journal, but I don't think they'll let me turn in the quest because I need to have the actual letter. So this only searches by chapter. That's interesting. So we found that on day 7. And now it's day 64. So I think it's gone. I can go check and see if I can turn in the quest, but I kind of doubt it. Pathfinding, man. The pathfinding sometimes. Like GPS rerouting. It doesn't work sometimes. Marianne! Hello, Marianne.
You want it?
Can I turn in your quest? Nope. Well.
Don't worry about me.
I can always check to see like when I dropped it, but I feel like I didn't put it in a container, so I think it's just lost forever.
I've got this.
Ugh. I thought the whole point of you copying stuff into journals would... Where am I going? Would be that it would like... You didn't have to keep the item. You just like, I don't know, your journal has a... like the carbon copying ability, and you can just like scratch stuff onto it. That'd be interesting. You just magically copy the whole letter in its handwriting in your journal. Oh, there you are, Bjorn. There you are. Gosh. Peering out of the shadows.
Yes.
Fine work. News of the battle has reached me even here. In an effort to encourage such deeds of righteousness, allow me to present you with this shield. The Sword Coast needs more heroes of your sort, especially in times as dark as these. Ah! Yay! My reputation increased. I got a shield that don't matter, because I don't think anyone uses shields. I mean, I use a shield. I could probably use it. Alright. Well, I guess I gotta go get someone to identify this. I could do it for free, kind of, but it'll cost time.
You want it? You got it.
I feel like equipping an identify spell, like, it'll save you a little bit of money, but I don't know. I guess if you just find a bunch of junk, you would just save it for something that you think would be useful. Otherwise, you'd identify and then sell. And there isn't technically a big
You want
time
it?
limit.
You've got it.
I can make whatever you wish for a wee little bit more than me competition.
It's just a +1. Yeah, that works. I can use that. Should be better, right? Because I have an armor class of -3. Wait, yeah, I think so. Wait, no. Armor class of 12. Or no, that's my Thago. No, it is -3. So yeah, we do have negative armor class, actually. But I guess in general. Oh, this is a small shield +1. But this one, what is the difference? This one doesn't protect against missiles. I think this one does. So why not? I guess. Why not? But my entire day just got completely caught up in the Baldur's Gate 3 announcements. I was just reading all the patch notes and thinking about making a new character, and even though I know I won't because I'm playing this right now, but I feel like it would be very weird if I played 2 Baldur's Gates at the same time. It'd be very, very confusing, probably. Oh yes, Alyssa. So, big things that were announced. There's now a barbarian class, which, you know, may or may not be your thing, but barbarians actually sound more interesting than I thought they were. And that you get this rage roar and you have to either damage something or get hit by something to maintain that buff. Which means if you, I don't know, make a surface effect of fire, you can walk into that to maintain your rage. And then that sounds cool because that kind of stuff happens all the time. And now there's a reason for you to, like, you know, throw out a cloud of poison and like go through it, you know? It's not just, well, now I can't go through there, so I'll just not use it. It has a purpose now, which is nice. But barbarians are a big thing, and with that, they did a lot of melee combat tweaks to make it more interesting. So they have what do you call it? Improvised weapons. So you can pick up and throw anything at anyone as long as you, of course, have the strength to do it. There are actual throwing weapons now. You could throw daggers, but they just did the damage of their weight. Now they actually do the damage based on their damage stats, which is nice. So throwing stuff is a lot better. You can pick up a goblin and throw him at another goblin if you have a high enough strength to pick him up and, you know, succeed in that role. A lot of good stuff.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Oh no, not hobgoblins. Speaking of goblins.
Go for the eye.
Tell me.
Onward to futility.
Otherwise, what else has been added?
Give it to me straight.
They added in kind of a fog of war thing. I forget what word they called it, but basically they have zones and dungeons. Because before, what you could do is in a dungeon, you could kind of just move the camera and you could like see enemies behind a door, even if you haven't opened that door. They just wanted to give me hugs.
You want it?
No.
You got it.
They wanted to hug me with all their pointy arrows. Of course. But now instead of exactly a fog of war, they have zones. So if you were to like go up to a door, behind it is just blackness, and if you open the door, then it all reveals. So scouts have more of a purpose now, like having cats or crows or rogues and things who can sneak. That actually serves a purpose now, because you can scout ahead. You can't just see like the entire map, pretty much. What else? They added 2 new songs. I think it's just 2, which you can always review on the composer's YouTube channel, Borislav Slavov. What else? A lot of quality of life changes. They completely changed most of the menus and UI. So if you didn't like the hotbar before because it got too cluttered, now it's like more around like half this size. It's in the center, bottom center. They have now tabs of things you can go through. So especially for those who aren't super familiar with D&D, being like, what's a bonus action? What's an action? Like looking through all the tooltips, trying to figure out what they can use. Now you can actually sort that to have like a tab that's just, you know, bonus actions, a tab that's just actions, a tab that's just your spells, a tab that's like, you know, spells, and then at the top they have spells for each level. It's like, it's way more convenient. Allies are more like Divinity Original Sin style, or even Baldur's Gate style, where they're all on the left side in a column. Instead of having the initiative as this weird like 4x4 box of confusion, now it's just like a thing at the top, and you can like scroll through it, and it'll go scroll toward the left side. A lot of good things there. What else? Also, barbarians, they can have facial piercings optionally, depending on, I forget what they called it, because I think in tabletop it's called something else, but they have like the heart of a wolf, heart of a bear, heart of an elk, or whatever. They have all those, and depending on which one you have, you can optionally have facial piercings to go with that, or you can just pick ones for different ones. It's all customizable. It's nice. Anything else? Can't think of anything in particular, but they have a whole announcement thing. If you have the game, or if you just like want to go on Steam, they have a thing that highlights all of the different new features. That isn't just an extensive patch notes list. They actually have like explanations for everything. Very nice. If you ever want to just like know it's in a new patch, you can just go on the Steam thing in the news section. They have like little GIFs of stuff showing like everything. They got pictures, and it's all like written in a very consumer friendly way. And then they have the actual patch notes, which is like 1,000 things that they changed, including something I helped contribute to. Maybe some other people, of course, but I know I did because the devs responded and said, "Hey, thanks for being so detailed," to my bug report. So that makes me happy. I like contributing to things. And that's something nice about Larian, is if you play that game and you submit a bug report or like any kind of feedback, they do manually, like, they read through all of them. There's no automated response. They like manually message you back, like via email or whatever. And they go like, "Hey, like, thanks for the thing. Making the world a better place. Yeah. Caca!" Says the squirrel. Alright. What does that mean? Am I dreaming, or did that squirrel just caw at us?
I think that means we're getting close. Unless that squirrel had a crow for a father, I'd say it was recently polymorphed.
Ah, I see. This is, I couldn't remember why this was on our map, but this is where Nero wants to go. Because she has wild magic, and she wants to go see this old man, who's also a wild mage, and get some tips on how to control her wild surges. You'll probably stay mostly blind in relation to it until after it gets a definitive edition. Yeah, I can see that. Because they did give a new release date estimate, in that they just said, "Hey, not coming out this year. We're thinking 2023," which honestly I'm fine with. Even in their showcase, like, you could see that some things were a little buggy. I think that game does need at least another year. More likely, it needs another 2 years to, like, you know, this is a good enough quality to release, to where people aren't just going to, like, buy it and go, "This is a buggy mess, meh," you know, as people tend to do. Like, it's polished enough, but then we're gonna go back through and probably add things and fix a lot of bugs and rebalance everything. And then it's gonna, like, that's gonna take another, like, year or two, so I'll still probably play it because I just love that game, but, you know, I can easily see them, like, going back and adding more cinematics for things, or, like, tweaking how something works, or, like, going, "Oh, we didn't add in an option for this class to respond to this thing, so now we're gonna go do that," because that makes sense here. Like, they're gonna do that kind of stuff. That's exactly what they did with Divinity. That's in both Divinities. That's exactly what they're gonna do for Baldur's Gate as well. They're gonna reach that threshold of quality, and then they're gonna go beyond later, after getting feedback. Because what happened with Original Sin 2, which is the same thing I think is gonna happen with this, is Original Sin 2 was a very big game. They actually had a lot cut, because it was going to be like 5 times longer. Because, what was it? It has, I think, 1.5 major cities in it, and they were going to have 1 major city per race. So that kind of tells you how big of a world they were planning for that game. And as a result of early access only being the first act, Act 2 is where things get, like, a little weird, and then especially Acts 3 and 4, which completely vary in length. Like, all the acts completely vary in length. There was a lot of things that were unbalanced and people didn't like, so they had to, like, go back and change a lot of stuff, and eventually it just became a definitive edition. And based on how they're planning out Baldur's Gate 3, I assume they would be going back and tailoring encounters to how people feel about them with the first act. But I feel like they would have learned from it, but, like, you still need, like, enough, like, grand player feedback in a game that's that big, and people are going to, like, find exploits and things. It's like, you know. Is there a decent amount of humor? Oh, yes, there definitely is. You don't expect it to be like Divinity, but Baldur's Gate has a decent amount of humor and fourth wall breaks. It's definitely not Divinity, because Divinity, the thing that turned me off about that game is the writing is completely, like, non-stop tongue-in-cheek. They try to get serious, but then it's, like, complete tonal whiplash of, like, everything's a joke, haha, like, people are getting tortured. And it's like, I can't tell what's supposed to be a joke and what isn't a joke in that game. And that bothers me. Whereas Baldur's Gate 3, they tone that down. It's definitely a lot more in line with this one, where a lot of things are serious, but there's a lot of interactions that will make you chuckle or laugh. Like, I don't know, it feels a lot more balanced, like this game is. Maybe, I don't think there have been any fourth wall breaks. I would maybe not exactly expect that. But they are a lot more clever when it comes to different types of interactions and things. Like, for example, there's a character named Will, and he's a warlock. And if you're playing a warlock, you'll notice that this dude's clearly a warlock, and he's eldritch blasting and stuff. And you can point that out, because he doesn't want to tell anyone, I guess, because he's kind of maybe ashamed of it. And if you go, hey, you're a warlock, he'll go, what? No, I'm not a, what would make you say that? Yeah, and then it's just something funny where you're like, dude, you're a warlock. Like, you can't hide it from me. Like, you're eldritch blasting. No, they got a lot of color in there. It's nice. At one point, to appease some goblins, you can wipe poop on your face because they tell you to. So it's not that hyper serious. It's a good mix. Anyway, I could just keep going on and on about that game. I'm trying not to spoil anything. So this right here is enhanced edition content. See, you can do fun stuff. There's fun stuff in there. I'm sure if you're a bard, because like something else which was in the patch notes, which I personally find funny, even if it maybe isn't like inherently a joke, is if you're a barbarian and like, you know, you're talking to some goblins, you can just roar at them and then enter combat as a dialogue choice. You can just do your barbarian rage roar and then you just start battle with the rage roar, you know, instead of using, I assume it's like a bonus action. You can dual wield salami sticks. That's a thing. Larian did a whole, which if you've never seen them, they have really fun panels when they talk about patch notes. Like, they completely dress up in cosplay, and they have a lot of gags and things that go on. But they did a stream that was like a choose your own adventure where the chat would like vote on things to do in the presentation. Oh, it wasn't a presentation, it was just an adventure thing. And one of the weapons I think they got to choose was salami sticks. So they put that in the game too. There's enough in there. I'm sure you'd enjoy it. They even have a reference to Minsk at one point, because they have a book you can pick up in the early access that talks about miniature giant space hamsters. So I think it's gonna be a good one. It's shaping up to be my favorite game. I've already put 100 hours into it, and I haven't even played like most of the content in the early access. So yeah, there's a good chunk. Alright, so crow, squirrel. Why would he turn a crow into a squirrel? Maybe he hasn't learned how to control his magic after all. That sounds like it'd just be funny. Do you really think a mage who turns birds into squirrels can help you? So we must be getting close. Sounds about right.
Did he also turn you into a parrot? That's what I just said.
Wow, thanks.
I've got this.
That'd be rude. You're gonna notice here that Nira is going to have all of her lines voiced because she is an enhanced edition character. And you'll probably notice that the writing's a little bit different. They tried to keep in tone with the games, but you can kind of just tell that this is maybe not how...
King Robduck. Tell King Robduck Peepers is coming to get Bardlevek. Got to protect Bardlevek.
You can kind of tell that it's not quite the same with like how they chose to write things. And also everything's going to be voiced, which is going to be kind of weird in comparison. Actually, we're here to see Robduck.
Robduck be inside cave, guarding Bardlevek from other tribes. I lead you there now, so you not mess up my stuff.
Wow, we can insult them like, hey, you stay here and work on your common tongue. Alright, thanks.
East. We go east now, not go north. Crazy live up north.
We actually have some friendly goblins. That's nice. These are actually goblins, right? Because we haven't found goblins before.
Certainly I shall collapse from exhaustion before I fall on the battlefield.
You liked the combat in Divinity Original Sin 1, but trailed off when the story wasn't doing anything. See, that's what happened as well with 2.
We build all by selves. Well, we get help from Baldur yet.
Because what ended up happening is the story in 1, I honestly don't even really remember what was happening in the story for 1. It was definitely a lot more of a gameplay focused game. Because what was it? The premise was that you were some source hunters being sent to go investigate something in this region. And that's all I ever got to. In Original Sin 2, you are a person who can use source, which, you know, opposite of the first one. And, you know, it's related to divinity, all of the games are. So in this one, you're like, hey, you're gonna maybe rise to divinity. You're helping the gods in some way. And that's about all I got to in that plot too. It just like didn't interest me at all. I wasn't interested in the hook. But in Baldur's Gate 3, it's completely different because it's instead of divinity is like, hey, here's a story, but really you're doing just a lot of exploration and like side quests and like battling. Baldur's Gate 3 is a lot more character focused and a lot more story focused, in which those other things exist. And they're good, but it feels more like you're progressing in a plot that you care about and have stakes in, versus like, I guess I'm a chosen one or something. I don't know. And people are just sending me to go be a messenger. This is boring, you know. Yeah, the rock, paper, scissors mechanic for dialogue is really weird, especially as a solo player, yeah. 3 has multiplayer as well, but I think I would personally just play it solo as well. I think the problem with the Divinity games as well is they kind of cater more toward people who want to power game it, right? Because it's like, hey, anyone can kind of just be any kind of class, and because any ability is open to anyone as long as you have enough skill points in something. So it becomes like a very like, you want to optimize and power game, and that, for me personally, takes the fun out of it. Because then the combat just becomes the same repetitive slog in which you're doing the same exact order of actions over and over because it's the most optimal thing to do. Versus if you played co-op, you maybe like, you know, summon rain and then the other person summons a totem. Oops, it's a shock totem. Uh-oh. And it like screws things up, and then, I don't know, you do a fire effect and now it turned into electric steam. Like, uh-oh. It's more chaotic. Whereas 3 is more like tabletop, but you're like a solo player, and it makes more sense. You get to be creative with your options versus doing a lot of just the same kind of things over and over. And the situations vary enough. It depends. It feels more like this, where it's like, hey, I have a sleep spell. I'm going to use that on this. And now that spell's just gone. It's not just on like a cooldown, unless I prepared more. It feels a lot nicer with the 5e mechanics. Yeah, if you wanted to play it co-op, you always could, but you could play the whole thing solo as well. Yeah, the main problem with the writing, especially in Divinity Original Sin 2, because that's the one I've spent maybe 60 hours in, and just like the first act and a half. The companions, you kind of just have to purposely stop and just exhaust their dialogue if you want to get to know them. They don't interact with each other hardly at all, unless it's a specific crossing point in their quests. So they just kind of feel like cardboard cutouts that are following you around and eventually just kind of spelching some kind of lore. That's kind of how it feels a little bit in this one, where I mostly care about some of these characters because I hear their dialogue lines, and that's about it, because they don't really talk that much about themselves.
Tell
I
me.
hear that's different in 2. But it feels a little bit more like this. But even here, I feel more attached to these characters because I see, I don't know, I like their portraits, and then you have, like, you know, Zahn here, who just constantly complains,
Give it to me
so I remember
straight.
what his personality is. I would say the first one is an okay game that most people probably, you know, spend a good like 10 hours in before they quit. Or they play co-op and they just get through the whole thing because they're just having fun co-op. And, you know, people get sick of, you know, shaped change, tomatoes, over and over in the markets in Sicil. 2 is definitely a huge improvement, but it also has a lot of the same problems. It has the same overbearing crafting system, though it's cut down a bit. They have, instead of, they have all like the elemental stuff, which is cool, but can get chaotic. They decided to do an magic armor, physical armor split to where enemies have both. So you have to get through that armor before you deal health damage, and that can mean you either specialize in one or the other, or you do a mixed party. But it's a little more confusing, but it's generally a better focused game, and it's why a lot of people say this is my favorite RPG ever, you know. I forgot about that crafting system. Yeah, in Original Sin 1, you had to, like, you'll get a bone, and then if you have a mortar and pestle on you, you can ground that into bone meal. And then after that, you can combine it with this other thing, if you happen to have it. And then eventually you can get some pixie dust, and if you mix that with this other thing, then you gotta look up on the wiki to figure out how it all works to make something that's useful. It's ridiculous. Ugh. You like the full series run from Candlekeep to Throne of Ball. There's certainly a contingent that really dislikes Shadow's mom, dislikes the difficulty level, both low and high level. When you say the full series run, are you talking about like the mod that attaches them all together? Or are you just saying like just playing the full series? Also, in case you're thinking that we're talking about something else, we are just talking about, at the moment, because we're talking about Baldur's Gate 3 news, and now we're talking about, of course, Divinity, because that's related, because Larian. Experienced players try various ideas with their builds to either solo or party through the series without dying reloading. They call it hardcore Iron Man. Ah, okay. I'm not personally into those kind of things, but, you know, I just want to play the game to enjoy the game. I don't care too much about like challenge run stuff. I think role-playing a challenge would be fun. Like if you were doing like a pacifist run or something like that, where it's like part of like your role and what you're doing. But personally for me, like I hate Iron Man stuff because I'll just end up reloading over and over and doing the same things. And then like one little thing goes wrong due to RNG and it's like, well, now I gotta reload and do it again.
Don't worry about me.
Fully voiced
This way we
scripted
took
companions.
The bear eaten some of my friends. Now she sits in her cage getting madder and madder and madder.
This group shows
Well,
promise
yes,
exceptional.
I can understand that. I would do the same thing in like an Elder Scrolls. Like I don't mind modding games and adding like additional content. It's just challenge stuff for like to harden the difficulty. Usually
Almost
doesn't
there
work
now.
for me.
Watch out for falling rocks. Grub got smooshed the other day. We rescue him, but he just grubbed now. Hey, maybe we feed Grub to Bear and Bear not get angry.
You wouldn't consider it a mod, but you brought the BG characters into Icewind Dale. You had a blast with them. Yeah, I mean, that's totally fine too. You're basically just like kind of continuing your run. It's the same thing where if you like say played with a party and those characters are still on BG2, you just recruit them and then it's like, hey, we'll just, you know, role play in my mind that, hey, it's like the same characters I had before.
You want it? You got it.
Okay, here now.
All right. Oh, he lives in a cave. That seems quaint.
I've got this.
We're currently going to see a, oh, hi.
That moron let intruders in again. Kill them all before Rogdog finds out and punishes us all.
We're going to see this guy that Nira wants to see, our party member here. Because he's a wild mage, she's a wild mage, she can't control her magic that well being a wild mage. She wants to see if she can mitigate the bad effects. Have we thrown any fireballs? Nope. I mean, I have, you weren't here for the one that I threw. Can I just make you a friend? Here, I'll charm you. That seems like a good idea. We killed him so fast. We couldn't even get the spell off.
Onward to utility.
Full plate and packing steel.
Hello.
All right. And I always am.
Okay, these guys, you can tell this is enhanced edition content because they all are carrying like full sets of arrows essentially. Does anyone need any? You need some extra arrows eventually. Here, 2, 4, 6, 8. Normally enemies have like, you know, 5, 10, like random little amounts of arrows. These are all just like full sets of 20. Alright, that should be enough for now. Let's lay on hands. I'll actually focus on playing the game. We're chatting so much. Hooray! EE content!
Don't worry about me.
Probably not gonna see too much of it, because this is our only party member of that. Oh, a skull! You can tell it's a goblin skull, too. Like that? Why not? I need it for something.
Don't worry about me.
You love the goblin ambush in D&D. They know they have 4 HP and a short bow. Most of the stuff on the Sword Coast can one-shot them if they see them, so staying alive relies on not being seen. That makes sense. They're very weak. I mean, you can just throw like a fireball into a group of them, they're gone. Oh my god. 600 gold? That's very generous. Suspiciously so. Potion of Genius. Potion of healing. Oh, I'm full. Here, you can probably use this.
Squeaky wheel gets the kick.
Makes sense because they're a treasure hoard, but where did they get 600? I guess 600 is not unreasonable if they've just been pillaging people who happen by, I guess. Potion of Genius, that's for them, right? Intelligence. Go. Dead person there.
I've got this.
Looks like a dead elf, maybe. Oh, the other thing I forgot about the Baldur's Gate update, which maybe doesn't matter for any of you who don't care. They revamped the stealth system, which I mostly say because there's darkness here. So it works a lot better than it did.
For the eyes! Rusk!
What do you need? Don't worry about
What
me.
idiot let you in here? It doesn't matter. If you haven't already killed those useless guards, I'll deal with them as soon as I finish with you.
It always seems a little weird. Oh, sorry, this isn't the person we're looking for, right? I think we just told him we were here to see Rock Dog. Where is her quest, actually? I actually don't remember Nira. Huh. I guess she doesn't have a quest in the journal for this. Yeah, that'd be a hobgoblin there. I just couldn't remember the name of the guy. I mean, the guy we could be looking for could be a hobgoblin for all I know. I don't remember because it's not in my journal. Where's... There we go. Works. You have quite a bit of health. Get away from him.
I'll do it.
Forward march. Go there.
Go for the eyes, Bull. Go for the eyes. Frost!
Spare. Oh gosh, hi.
Tell me.
You should probably have already cast armor. Sorry. Nira and you get out of here.
As directed.
Okay. He's gonna be dead by the time he finishes casting. Okay, you go ahead and hit him. Figured this would be probably like moderately easy. Nope.
No less done.
There he goes. And yeah, you can just tell this loot's all off. Like, it's not random numbers, it's just that's how many they used out of 20. I guess because they wanted to make it difficult or something. But very generous considering the goblins are very weak. I should probably be checking for traps. I don't know if they put traps in here, but
You're a queer fellow.
Oh, we got big things. Fully voice acting your script effectively caps your script length to your voice budget. Games like Planescape Torment wouldn't exist under that requirement, as well as this game originally. I don't mind if the companions are fully voiced and then everyone else isn't. Like, at least fully voiced for the things that matter that they say.
I'm gone.
But, oh, here's the guy. Probably. Yeah, I think his name was Adoy. Hello. Because it's kind of odd when they just say like one line and then the rest isn't voiced, you know? When it's like a personal conversation. But if they're just like, oh, bandits! It's like, who cares, you know? But not voicing the random characters, I don't mind that at all. I don't mind reading. Nowadays, it makes more sense to voice everything you can, because some people just get turned off by the fact that it's not voiced. Because reading is hard.
You want it? You've got it.
People like immersion, and if they just have to read it, they find it boring, you know? It's understandable. Hello.
Thank Mistress, someone has come for me at last. It's too bad you had to cut your way through.
This doesn't sound... Like, the microphone doesn't sound right in comparison to everything else you've been hearing. I'm looking for a wild mage named Adoy.
Adoy is me, and I am Adoy. Why have you sought me out?
Nira is a wild mage too. She hoped you could teach her to control her magic.
It's true. I hoped you could teach me how to control my magic.
Didn't you just make fun of me like 20 minutes ago for repeating exactly what Nira said with a dialogue choice? They made fun of me for it, saying, "Oh, you're a parrot. That's what I just said." She just did the same thing. And then, of course, all of our other companions who chip in aren't voiced, so it's just awkward. By the three, we all want the same thing. We cannot afford many more surprises from your whimsical spells.
Is that so? Well, I'm afraid I'm not the best example of learning to control wild magic. I'm not sure anyone can do that. You can't govern chaos. Otherwise, it wouldn't be chaos, would it?
Don't tell me we've come all this way for nothing.
Of course not for nothing. You have just experienced the honor of meeting Bargrivyak, the goblin god of cooperation and territory.
Bargrivyak. Oh. That's funny. You don't look like a goblin.
I should hope not. Although one time I did transform myself into a goblin while making supper.
Wild magic.
It's all part of the wonder of wild magic. You have to be ready for a little unexpected excitement at any moment.
He's not joking. Let me tell you.
I think maybe these were recorded remotely, because this one is clearly a lot quieter than all of her dialogue. Her dialogue is like as loud as our other companions. All the other characters are a lot quieter, so presumably in a different recording studio. Or even a different microphone.
The real trouble began when Rogdok came to find out where all the new goblins had come from. He didn't believe for a second that I was a god. But because the goblins did, he dared not attack me. Instead, he locked me up. As long as I remained in his care, he could control the goblins.
At last, Not only have we caught up with that slippery elf.
Okay, I have to laugh at that. I have to laugh at that line read. At last, not only have we caught up with that slippery elf.
Half-elf! What is wrong with you?
Half-elf. You'll regret spoiling my grand entrance once we subdue you for examination. And what is this? Another wild mage? Perhaps I should thank you for leading us to yet another test subject.
I'm sorry, I can't take this guy seriously. His voice just cracks me up. Ah, yes. That's interesting that she was offended at being called a full elf. Because I know it's a thing when it comes to half-elves, that they don't belong in either or, but some of them would prefer to be called elves than not. Because half-elf, according, to actual elves, is like an insult, essentially. Because like, oh, you're only half-elf, or more specifically, you're half-human. It's interesting she was offended by it, but it obviously depends on the elf.
You will find that I do not submit meekly to tests, especially tests from red wizards.
Red wizards are, I forget where they're from, but basically they're evil wizards. So they're bad. Ill humans. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I didn't even finish school, so no tests for me either.
Okay. that line right there, that's the kind of line where I'm like, this definitely doesn't fit in with anything else. That's the kind of line that you would maybe pick in a dialogue tree versus a character saying that. It just sounds very modern and kind of weird in comparison to everything else. That, and it's not a very good line either, especially coming from her character. Right to Kandor, you teleport right back to Thay. Oh, that's right, that's where they're from. They're from Thay. You won't have either of these wild mages. The only thing being tested here is my patience. I've had enough of this, and Kandor, whoever you are. Or no, is this the guy that we killed before? We killed someone. Maybe this is the guy who teleported away. It's been so long. Red Wizards are Thayans. The organization rules the nation of Thay in the Far East. Which one's the one in the middle? The most prosperous one. I think I'm getting that one confused with Thay. Unless that is Thay. They're like a purple sigil with like a dragon on it. Or does Rashomon? Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. The Thayan High Council is mostly liches, and they're constantly attacking their neighbors. The witches of Rashomon have quite practiced fending them off. I was gonna say fetching them off. I'm surprised, because this one just sounds more of like a, oh, we don't have to fight, do we? The way it's worded, it doesn't sound like an evil option to be like, yeah, I don't need them anyway. Like, yeah, you can have them for a price. It doesn't sound right. Most of these options don't sound quite right.
Then prepare to die.
Okay.
Not if I can help it. Behold, the power of untamed magic!
And he turns into a bird. Oh, yep. What did he turn? He turned into like a rabbit, I think. Well, that's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. Alright, you go ahead and cast sleep. I just wanted to see.
Whatever they need.
You go ahead and you cast Chromatic Orb on him. Try to blind him. That guy, he's looking so hot. I do Duplicity. We're whacking him. Okay, you go hit him. God damn it, Zahn! Dang you, ferret. Even at Duplicity, poke dead. He had Duplicity and armor. Come on, man. God, I'm gonna get rid of him. He's just... I think I'm gonna get rid of him. Well, luckily, remember that 600 gold we picked up? That's gonna go directly to the Zahn Resurrection Fund, as usual. I get that he's, like, not supposed to be, like, a close quarters guy, but he can't even survive one hit. Gains survive one hit. And they got a hit. 50% chance. Dead. We need an exclamation mark on command. We just have a little number on like the bottom right. That's just a number of how many times Zahn has died. We could just keep him around as a meme. That could be fun. Dinah Hair, do you want to pick up his wand of monster summoning, please? I waited so long because I just wanted to see. I go after him. Ow. I forgot. You need to go in just berserk mode. Okay. I should probably do protection from evil because these guys are evil. So that, I mean, this guy's evil anyway. This guy here. I'm not sure. I guess it would maybe work. I don't know. I'll use it anyway. Why not?
Oh! Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes! Rusk!
Magic missile. Oh, you did hit the right target,
I wish
right?
my ear.
Oh, you're like 1v1ing this guy. That's not good. Oh, you're raged. You.
Go, go, go!
What is it? I'll do it.
I don't have much going on here.
Oh!
Didn't work. Okay. Go ahead and cast your shield. You should not be in combat. Hello. Ooh. We didn't put one of our own ogres asleep, did we? Should only work on allies. Maybe we did? I wish I could tell. Anyone less than 20 HP cannot survive one crit in BG1. Oh. Was that a crit? It wasn't a crit, though. He took, like, 18 damage or something, which is obviously just above his health. Oh, he is on fire. Okay, let's just focus on these guys. Oh! Nope, nope.
As directed.
Onward! Trying to just get him to go attack someone else.
You rang?
Cast your Reckless Dwemer. We'll do... What will we do? I guess just like a magic missile. I don't think... Actually, no, you could always cast Cloud Kill, but that seems like a bad idea. You could cast a Lightning Bolt. Probably a bad idea considering where you are right now. Here,
My turn to save the day.
that didn't just cancel it. I hate the wild magic. I like the idea of it, but if you back out of it, it just cancels the entire spell. It's like, oh, you cast it.
Stand back and watch this.
It's so ridiculous because I didn't click to use it at all. I right-clicked. But as soon as you touch that menu, it's used. Which is really dumb. Okay, you just cast some stuff here.
I'll do it.
I didn't want to move her, but that's fine. Uh-oh.
As directed.
Okay, you guys are slowed. That's fine. that this guy's really doing much. It's mostly just him in the back. We're gonna hand off... Do that. You need to hand these to her so she can do something here. Probably should be using some of my potions. I always forget to use them. Alright, let's see. What do we got? This guy's almost dead. Do we have any, like, free movement? I always chuck this at him. At that guy over there. Fiery burning. How do I throw a potion? Do I just click it and then it does like a throw? Ah, okay. That seems like a bad idea. I was just curious. What else we got? We got health. He's protected from fire. Probably because he has the fire shield. Speed. That sounds about right. No, actually not. That's not pretty. Giant strength, agility. I'm not sure. I think we just roll versus spell in this, so that doesn't matter. Electrical resistance. I'm not casting lightning. I could probably just make it to where I dodge more based on my health here. I need to start using these potions, so. I don't think con matters because we're already taking enough hits. I mean, it'll give us extra health, I guess. That's more like a long-term thing. Heroism could be a good one. May only be used by warriors. Interesting. I could use that maybe. I got this. I'm sure we can handle it. Here, let's drink that. Some elixirs of health on there. Wait, did it? Oh no, we had 2 of them. You can't do anything. I should be using some of your special arrows. Where is... Let's do the arrow of biting. You have that equipped, right? Yeah. I want you to move.
Gone.
Oh boy. Okay, you just... That's working. Hit him! Okay, that's not gonna work. We have a fireball, but that seems like a bad idea. I don't know if oil and fire combines in this game, but that just seems like a horrid idea. Actually, you can have this back. I didn't realize she only had 1 spell left. You can cast ice. We'll see how that works. You can cast fireball. Or magic missile.
I feel so cold.
You're fine. So we'll give up on that idea. Okay. How much did that do? She hit him. But I don't know if she did damage. Oh no, 6. So that's actually not that bad. Keep going! Use your last charge. Okay, okay, gotcha. You hit him, see if he dies. You don't have any ranged weapons, do you? Alright. What did he do? He did something there. I think he's almost dead. Throw stones at him!
What you want?
How much damage did those do? Oh yeah, he's taking a lot of poison damage. That's good.
Only take me to a licensed cleric.
I figured that would happen. I wanted to give her a health potion, but I didn't feel like it, I'll be honest. Probably should be drinking potions more. Oh! Ouch.
right
You're
here.
fine. You're fine. You're healing.
Oh,
I don't know what that spell is, but it's like a chain lightning with fire. Oh, this actually could be very bad if you don't get healed. Please drink if you can. There you go.
what do you need?
It's my main character. If they die, it's over.
Whatever they need.
There it is. Ah, that's fine. That was going poorly anyway.
Whatever they need.
Honestly, I could summon even more monsters. I don't know if that's a great idea for performance purposes. These guys actually might have lower HP potentially, so maybe I should target them first over that guy. I don't think we actually got sleep off, so we'll try it again. 2 hits. Nobody. Chaos Shield.
They wish my ear.
Keep hitting him. Did you use your arrows? No. Okay, those are gone now. You just shot it. Let's get some acid arrow. What does that exactly do? Just acid damage. I'm used to like acid degrading things. Digging this updated battle music. Is this new music? This is enhanced edition content, so. Or is this just like a it is to you? That guy's duplicity is much harder to hit.
My blade will cut you down to size.
I want you to go ahead and use, well, you haven't been hit yet, but that ain't gonna matter. Now that I'm thinking about it. Go ahead and hit him with that. Oh, you're already casting it. Oh, okay, I see. I thought it was a touch spell. Never mind. Okay, cool. I feel like horror's a bad time to cast that right now. Everybody's doing stuff. That's good. Nice. Did you see that? He paralyzed him with that hit. Alright, because of that, I want you to go hit him.
So hollow.
This guy is moving for her. Everybody's just crowding around. Can I command you? I want you to go after him. I don't think we need help over here. You guys go on over. Oh, you actually command. Oh no! They froze! Oh, this guy's almost dead. That's not good. You have no idea what Rasad is like either. You never picked him up. I like his like karate chop, like looking hand on there. That's kind of nice. Here. Because that guy's all alone, he doesn't have his fire thing on, so I'm gonna cast a fireball at him. That might be bad though, because all my companions are over there though. How about we just summon more monsters on him? That could be a good idea.
What is it this time?
Yeah! Ooh, that guy's he froze his own guy! Ooh.
You
that guy's almost
rank?
dead. You attack him now. No, 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 no. You guys go after him. Oh, they're all confused. That's not good. Okay. That guy's dead. Shattered into a billion pieces. I don't think I should probably cast blindness on him. I don't have anything. Oh, I see. When he gets ghoul touch, he just like touches people. That's kind of funny. Okay, everybody go after him. This is going a lot better actually. What happened? Oh, he lost his thing. That's fine. There we go. Hey!
Certain I shall collapse from exhaustion before I fall on the battlefield.
What an inconvenient mix-up.
It conveniently kept you out of combat with those red wizards, I noticed.
Oh, I would have preferred to fight beside you. Alas, as a practitioner of wild magic, I cannot always predict the outcome of my spells. The Red Wizards pursue your friend Nira and me to study us, or perhaps just our brains, to learn why we can wield the power of arcane chaos, and they can't.
Can we not talk about having our brains studied, please? Pretty, please?
An all reject party. Wait. Because Rasad's the monk guy, right? So basically pick all the characters who aren't optimal, I guess.
Of course, my dear. Now, as I was saying before we were so rudely interrupted, wait, where was I?
Summon goblins, worshipped as a god, captured by a hobgoblin. You were about to teach Nira how to control her magic.
That's the problem, you see. After all my years of casting wild magic, I still summon a tribe of goblins instead of peas porridge. No one can control wild magic. The best you can do is prepare yourself for the worst, because sooner or later, it will happen.
Come on, old man. Make with the wisdom. No one gets to be your age without learning a few things. You must know how to avoid the crazy surges of power. You're holding out on me.
So weirdly written.
Not at all, my dear. The only secret is to accept the bad with the good. You don't complain when your fireball incinerates an entire tribe of trolls, do you? You just have to be ready to improvise when it showers them in flower petals instead.
They use the same combat music as in the entire Black Pits arena. Ah, I see.
Half the fun of our profession is that you never know what will happen next. Why, I'd have never discovered the joy of being a woman if that spell hadn't turned on me last summer.
Well, there you go.
That can't be all there is. You'd never have survived to be so very, very old without something up your sleeve.
Since you put it that way, maybe there is one thing I can give you. It isn't up my sleeve, but around my waist. I constructed this belt for my occasional trips into town.
It's interesting how she said, like, oh, you're holding out on me. And he's like, no, I'm not. And then she's like, you must be holding out on me still. He's like, okay, maybe I am.
Accidentally shocking those who shake my hand can be chalked up to carelessness. But a giant spider with the voice of an old man running through town? Forget about it.
Forget about it.
I seldom visit settlements these days, so perhaps you'll get more use out of it than I do. And maybe a little peace of mind.
Well, that's very generous, thank you.
Oh, joy. After coming all this way, I get a belt. It's not even my color.
You're not very grateful.
Oh, don't think I've forgotten you. Watch as I conjure my fabulous treasure trove, all for you.
Wait, is that such a good idea for you to conjure?
Don't worry about me.
Did he even, like, conjure anything? I don't think it worked. I don't know what happened. Let's loot first before we talk to him again. What is this belt? We don't know what it does. Interesting, seeing as we just talked to the man who had it. He can't just tell us what it is. Ooh. Oil of speed. A potion of hero. Oh wait, no, that's my stuff. There's nothing on the table. Okay.
Don't worry about me.
Why can't I loot it then?
What an inconvenient mix-up.
I don't even know what happened. Did you even summon anything? Wait, this is just the same dialogue.
Oh, I would have preferred the Red Wizard.
Can we not?
Of course, my dear. Now, as I was saying before we were so rudely interrupted, wait, that's the problem.
Come on.
Well, not at all. Half the fun.
That can't.
Since accident, I seldom visit settlements these days, so perhaps you'll get.
Oh, Joe.
Oh, don't think I've forgotten you. Watch as
There
I
we
conjure
go.
my fabulous treasure trove, all for you.
Awkward. Uh-oh. He's tried to do the spell and it like failed to cast, so we gotta do it again. You may want to think about the way that you phrase that, Milford. There's a lesson in that for you, Nira. Wild magic may be powerful, but it can't be trusted. The laws of probability suggest that it was no accident. The scoundrel fled without rewarding us.
No! It's not fair! I've traveled so far and overcome so many obstacles all on my own, and he just disappears.
I think they mean I've turned on her, and not I have turned on Nira. Excuse me, but...
Oh, of course you helped. I haven't forgotten that it's all about you.
What? What do you mean? Where did that come from? What is your character? This doesn't make any sense. I just wanted to like say hi.
I've got
And then she's like, oh, it's of course everything's all about you. And it's like, what? I helped you get here. What are you talking about? Stone skin, oh, that's good. I know somebody could use that. Maybe we're gonna get rid of Nira. I mostly like her because she can just use like any spell, but now I'm kind of like... She demonstrates what low charisma is. What is her charisma score? Oh, here. 11. That's not that bad. That's above average. Because charisma is more like your... Like, it's your people skills, your interpersonal skills, but it's not just that, like, you suck at talking to people. It's like you don't have, like, that extra oomph. Hello, Maghreb. How are you doing? Maghreb?
Don't mess with nature, or it'll mess with you.
That's the narrator. Hello. Look out. They're coming through the trees. There, behind that rock. No, wait. That was just the shadow of a cloud. You have to be on your guard. They came out of nowhere, but now they're everywhere. Yeah, the goblin tribe you summoned. Yeah, we found the narrator. Hi. Yeah, see, it's like all these mean options for her. It's like, if I want to talk with a crazy person, I'll talk to Nira. I mean, apparently now I'm kind of convinced that this is a solid option based on how she's acting toward me. Like a crazy person. Otherwise, she's just like, she's like a, I don't know. She's like a teen. Calm yourself, man. Take a deep breath and tell us what you've seen. Goblins! They fell out of the sky, or leaped up full grown out of the grass. I don't know. All I know is that they killed Rilsa when she tried to talk to them, and I can't face them by myself. He's not babbling, though. Okay. Like, he's not babbling. He's not, like, stuttering his words and, like, going on and on about nonsense. He's just telling us, like, that this option doesn't make any sense. And what do you... I mean, I guess he sounds kind of mad, but we literally already went through all of this. Forgive me, my name is Maghreb. Rilsa and I have watched over this area for years, and we never had any trouble with goblins before. Since they killed her, I've been half out of my mind with grief. Gosh, some of these mean options. I understand your pain. It's hard to lose a loved one. Just a few months ago, poof! Goblins as far as the eye can see. At first they appeared around the house of an old mage, but soon they moved into a set of caves to the northeast, taking him with them. Not long after that, a big hobgoblin arrived and made himself king of the tribe. This is a weirdly written one, because the goblins told us not to go up here because there's a madman, so I didn't. And now that I've already done all that, I already know the answer to everything here. And I can't just... Okay, I guess I can here. I took care of the troublemakers among them. You should find the survivors much more open to negotiations. Why could I call him a madman when I should already know? It's a weird one. Maybe that's the best solution. Rilsa would be glad to know you spared those who were open to peaceful coexistence. Both myself and Rilsa, I thank you. Did you find where those goblins murdered my Rilsa? I was going to do that, but then I decided to go on living my life. Okay, I guess I'll... Okay, I guess we got a quest.
You
from
want
him?
it? You got it.
He acted like he already told us to go do it. We had... Oh!
Eat flaming! Or possibly frosty.
Oh!
Death!
Random wolves in the brush! Yeah, I wouldn't know what happens in Dragon Spear.
You want it? You got it.
Oh yeah, see that's a different thing though, when you're like commanding a room versus just like casual conversation. It's completely different. Like commanding things, that's like a skill check kind of thing, right? Depends on the situation, but you know.
Go!
Possibly
We're all
frosty.
doomed.
Death!
As directed.
Go for the eyes,
Onward
Boo.
to
Go for the eyes. Rush!
You want it? You got it.
I don't think the reason that people are
Give
going
it to
back
me
to
straight.
play
You want
Neverwinter,
it? You got it.
Neverwinter Nights is because they don't have options though. It's just because they have nostalgia for it. It's what they want to play.
What do you need?
Or more importantly, what if your friends don't care about those kinds of games? Exactly.
I've got this.
I think 99% of the people in my community don't care about CRPGs. Or like the kinds of games I even like.
Go for the eyes. Rusk!
Which is kind of crazy how I have a community of people who don't like the same things I like. Oh gosh, there's a lot of them, isn't there? This might be a good time to waste some of these monster summons. Let's do it. Go get them, buddies.
Tell
All
me.
of you, get them.
Oh, what is the point?
I need to use more of my special arrows here. We got to dwindle down the supply a bit. Oh wait, I have... Oh, sorry, these are bolts, but they're like bolt plus ones, but I can't identify them for some reason. Forgot about that. We could, I don't know, we could maybe save our 47 arrows of fire. It might actually be fine. Surprise, ogres! I don't know, I would just say, on that topic, people can play what they want and people can enjoy what they want, and that's just what anything needs to be about, you know? Here we go. That's all sorted out. Do we need to cast spells here? I mean, we could probably just use up this wand so I can sell it later. Though I might need it in the dungeon, so maybe I should save it.
Eat flaming! Or possibly frosty. Death! Eat flaming! Or possibly frosty.
I didn't even control you. Why did you double speak? Hello?
For right. I always am.
Dude, we got a lot of identification scrolls, actually. It's very interesting. I know, this is actually you. Rings go in the ring jar. A lot of identification scrolls. That's a ton. Shield, put it on you. Here we go.
Give it to me. I've got this.
Certainly, I shall collapse from exhaustion.
Oh my
before
god,
I
sir.
fall on the battle.
You're gonna have to just stay awake. I'm sorry.
Go for the eyes.
There's a lot of these guys. Here, we gotta use some more spells. I don't know why those alerts sound so quiet to me. But hey! Callisto, thank you for the gift sub to Alyssa. Or Elizabethopolis, I should say. Gotta say the whole name.
Uh-huh.
Not Web. Web's... we don't need that. Sleep. Oh, I don't mind discussing game design. I just mean as far as like saying, you know, this game is bad at not offering any kind of like constructive criticism or like constructive deconstruction. It just becomes off as like a, I don't know, kind of like a rant of like, why do people like this thing? Eh. You just became a VTuber, congratulations!
Don't worry about
Oh, you're
me.
still playing oh no, you're playing Dragon Quest VIII. Or I think you were last playing Dragon Quest VIII when I last was in one of your streams. Which feels like ages ago. Are you still working on it?
My blade
Or
will cut
am I
you
making a
down to
mistake?
size.
My memory's not that great. Got back playing. Oh, gotcha. Did you take a break from it? Those are very long games, so that'd be understandable.
You want it? You've got it.
Try that formation again. You kept giving up on it. Why did you give up on it? Were you just feeling burnt out, or were you more so playing it just to say that you completed it? I feel like there's no good like party order in this game. I think we'll just do this. But then they bonk into each other half the time. JRPG burnout.
What do you need?
Did you switch off to some other games then?
Don't worry about me.
Because whenever I play a 100-hour game, I typically want to play something else for a while.
Tell me.
It depends. Like this one, I don't think I'm gonna get burnt out on it. I'd easily play like another one, but I would still play other things on the side to not have to play a 100-hour game twice in a row. Because that can just be kind of numbing after a while. I don't think the skull's useful. Alright, well he can learn Lightning Bolt. Oh, he can't actually. Well, I'm debating on getting rid of him again. He's mostly just for like enchanting stuff.
I've got this.
He's a buffer, not a fighter. Despite the fact he has a sword. Hey, look, we're on the Sword Coast. That's where we've been the entire time, but now we're actually like at the coast of the coast, you know. You've been playing Metroidvania games like Shantae and Wonder Boy. Ooh. I assume you're maybe playing like the remakes of Wonder Boy, like Dragon's Lair and such. Oh, you had to crash Callisto. If you're still here, thank you so much for being here. There's just so much going on all at once today. I took a break, now I'm having trouble keeping track. There's a single file formation. Where would that be? When you get burnout, you want to try a game you can beat in one sitting. Yeah, I typically do that, or at least a game I can beat in a few. And then it feels very weird that I finish something so fast. We should just kill everyone else and make Zahn our new best character. Exactly. He doesn't need a party, he can be all on his own. Right-click formation. I didn't know there were more! Good job, tutorial. Alright, alright. Okay, so let's get rid of the useless ones. Like this one. I want 9. Okay. This one seems like it could be interesting. My main problem is all of my people in the back always bumping everyone else and they get out of position. What is this one? This one just like follow the leader. Oh, you just click for one character, then they all like follow behind you. That's kind of weird because then they don't move as a group.
Assist you?
Wait, who was that? Oh, hi. Hello, Polonia. I didn't realize we were at the mall. Haha, jokes. He is the most spiritual. We keep going to temples to resurrect him. I know why you're here. It's the same reason everyone else comes to see me. And you shall get the same answer. I do not know when the iron shortage will let up. I have no clue as to who controls the bandits in the area. and I have no interest in accompanying you to the gambling tables in Baldur's Gate. So you're a seer, I suppose. Pardon me, but if you do not trouble yourself with the events of the day, what purpose do your stargazing serve? What good are mere musings if they have no practical use? Perhaps your predictions are not as accurate as you would have people believe. I don't go with this one. What purpose? The Sword Coast is by no means the center of the universe. Lives and dramas are lived out across the realms. That's not what media would happen to say. Everything's set in the Sword Coast. Or at least in Faerun, somewhere. There are lands closer than you would think that neither know nor care about our little problems. I have no time for the problems of lands far away. I can barely keep up with domestic concerns as it is. I'm curious. What of these lands? What intrigues lay beyond our borders? Well, just across the southern mountains, there are troubles brewing in Great Am that will make our current concerns seem small by comparison. To the far north, there is a city where winter never rears its ugly head, called Neverwinter. A city that has not been seen nor heard from for many a year, but will soon welcome the return of a multitude of citizens. Both of these events will unfold regardless of our current troubles. Great may be our concerns, but much more is on the horizon. Leave me be. I have much to think about. I don't even know who you are. I just wandered in this direction.
Don't worry about me.
I think it's just my character's a little slower than most of these other ones. They all get out of order easily. Ooh, direwolf.
Eat flaming! Or
oh my god.
possibly frosty.
They do hunt in packs. There's a lot of them.
Life is so hollow.
Well.
Our quest is vain.
Go ahead and cast horror then. Yeah, get out of here, buddy.
You want it? You got it.
You should switch to ranged.
Go for the eyes, Boo!
Eat
Go
flaming!
for the eyes!
Or possibly frosty.
Give it to me. You want it? You got it.
You stick with the team. That worked out fairly well. Well, she's just gonna chase them anyway. That's fine.
I've got this.
This works out well.
Squeaky wheel gets the kick!
Obviously, sleep would have been a better choice, but... Oh no. You're proccing more enemies. Come back. Oh no. Everybody stop. Stop with your AI. Get over here.
Butt kicking for goodness!
Gonna get some sleep. Yeah, it is very late. I'm probably gonna call it soon enough just because of how late it is. We had not a great start. Got up late, so I started late.
We'll cut you down to size.
Possibly frosty. My turn to save the day.
Uh-oh.
I'll do it. Eat flaming!
Oh, you're not the right character.
Possibly frosty.
Aesthetic.
Death!
Uh-oh.
I'll do it.
No less.
Oh my god, come on. Move. Run. It's not... This is just chaos. Shoot him. You help him. Oh, wait. It's a friendly war.
Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the
Stop
eyes!
attacking him then.
Whatever.
He's not friendly. He's attacked. Oh, because you attacked him first. Oh my god. Come on.
I do not feel well inside.
Oh my goodness. Well, now he's evil. Okay. Hammers that I don't think he's gonna get to cast it in time. He needs to just go ahead and
What
drink
is
a
it this
potion.
time?
Oh my god!
Is that all?
You know what? Fireball them.
Go for the ice pool. Go for...
Get them out of here. We don't have time. Oh my goodness.
Cool buds. Go for the ice pool. Go for the ice. Frost!
Okay, that was
I
mass
got
chaos. I don't think I like the fear spell. It would be different if we were in an enclosed room, but we're not. Oof.
You
Okay,
rang?
that was rough.
Stand back and watch this.
I think lightning struck, but I'm not sure. Hello, Safana. Your name sounds kind of familiar.
I've been looking for strong men like yourselves.
Okay. Keep talking. Oh, so you look like a thief. So if we don't want Goody Two Shoes and Moen, we can have you, huh? Maybe if you told us your name and problem, we could help you. Well, good sirs, you may call me Safana. You'll have to excuse me if I sound startled, but in the south where I come from, they don't grow their men as big as any of you. We're a party of, like, mostly girls. Anyhow, if you want, I have a way to make you all fabulously wealthy. In my possession, I have a map that gives the location of an old pirate treasure trove. According to the writings on the map, it's where the legendary Black Alaric dumped his treasure before being captured by the Omnian fleets. You interested in hearing more? Hey, I'm always interested in money. The reason I need so many heroic men is that the caverns where I wish to go are guarded by some sort of creature. Which kind, I couldn't tell you. If you help me, I'll let you share in the treasure. I may be grateful in other ways as well. This seems suspicious. Okay. Gotta get some sleep. Hey, have a good night. It is 1 in the morning for me, so we'll probably be calling it soon enough, I suppose. Whenever we find a good stopping point, which honestly this is probably a good stopping point too. Oh, thank you. You won't regret your decision. I know that powerful heroes like you will easily push through any obstacles in our path. Well, we should be off then. From what my map showed, the Pirate Cove is located somewhere along the coast, just south of Candlekeep. Oh. Sorry.
Yes, dear.
So that's just our character quest then. I don't suppose it's actually marked on my map. No. Okay, that's our character quest. Ah! Where did you come from?
My blade will cut you down to size.
As well as I can.
Where did you... What?
I've got this.
Where did you come
My
from?
blade will cut you down to size. My blade will
I assume
cut
they,
you down
they
to
spawned
size.
in as a result of me talking to her, but that's a little suspicious.
Go for the ice pool. Go for the ice.
My blade will cut you down to size.
Uh-oh.
I've done had enough of this.
Onward to futility.
Don't worry about me.
Anything? There's some money. Alright. Oh, wait.
Stand back and watch
You
this.
want it? You got it.
Alright. Alright. Put these in the bag. I'm not really feeling Nira then. Her wild magic hasn't... I think it's maybe once done something useful, and otherwise it's all just been bad. And even looking at the table, like 99% of the things on that table
Give it
are
to me
all
straight.
horrible. Which is not my idea of like the fun of wild magic. I like the idea of like it may be unexpectedly
about me.
useful. I think one time she... What was it? I think the one useful thing she did is when I went, oh, let me cast Stinking Cloud. I'm like, oh wait, maybe that's not a good idea. And then I tried to wild magic missile, and then she cast Stinking Cloud. Something like that. She hasn't actually done anything remotely useful with that ability, which is kind of a shame. It seems more like a challenge character, to be honest. Like, it's just not a good thing. Like, it's not fun at all. Nothing interesting happens with it. Can't she summon a demon? Yes, she can accidentally monster summon. But she has... Basically what happens is it rolls a d100, and based on the table, that's what happens. So if we look at the table here... Here, we'll capture this. I'm also noticing my camera needs to be resituated. I may have bumped it. Or my desk is just slightly, hot, or, yeah, I guess lower than it was before. Boop. Here we go. If we look at, our thing here... there's not a lot of like great options on this table. So a lot of them are just cosmetic effects where it's like, hey, they look shiny. Summon 8 squirrels. Squirrels don't do anything. They're basically, it's a lot of cosmetic stuff that just doesn't do anything, so you just wasted your time, you know. -2 penalty to casting. It's like, great. No, that's worse. I don't mind a mix of these, but 99% of the things are, like, not good. This one, it makes it a giant AoE for whatever spell that you want it to do. Cosmetic. All in a radius twice the count. All of them, like, turn in a way, so that could potentially be helpful, I guess. It's more just chaotic. Harmless fire, which is what we saw before. Movement speed penalty. Oh, wait. Yeah. They can't move. Slow effect, they get polymorphed into something, which could potentially be interesting. Or they could create a weapon. They're affected by hold creature. They may get haste, so we found like 2 to 3 good things so far out of 15. 80% of the party gold is destroyed. Actually get a weakened spell. Sunfire. That may actually potentially be useful. Though she's always next to other people, so it's not good either. But as you can see, a lot of them, like, it's very rare that there's something good in here. Most of the time, it just makes it to where they can't move, or it's just a cosmetic effect, or something else is bad for everyone. Like, I would say that maybe out of 100, it's like maybe 20 of them are, like, remotely useful. But generally not good. And I think the way that her shield spell works, which is supposed to help you get higher, like, better stuff, to an extent, is I think maybe some of these higher level ones, higher numbers, have, like, a better odds, I guess, for, like, being good things. Droppable but unstealable rich random treasure. Okay. Silence is cast. I mean, some of these are good. I think it's just high numbers are, like, generally better. Hey, Katie. How's it going? The cow's funny. I like the cow. But most of these aren't exactly, like, the best thing ever. Yeah, it's all about high rolls. If you don't roll high, it's just bad. That's just the gist of it. Yeah, fake flame strike. It's just an effect.
My blade will
That
cut you
basically
down
means
to
that we
size.
haven't rolled high at all with any of her stuff.
Don't worry about me.
Shame. It's a shame. It makes me want to get rid of her then, because her gimmick's not fun. You can generally just ignore it, because I think I don't know if her wild magic happens unless you use her spell. But yeah. You had to be up at 7. I mean, I'm stopping right here. I'm just gonna rest, and then as long as there's nothing to fight, there we go. Then we're good. What do we want to call this save? We'll call it I don't know if we can do quotation marks. It's just cosmetic. Can I do that? Dang it, I'm not allowed to do those characters. Shame. I get why. It has to do with coding. Probably running into errors. I think I'm gonna get rid of her for someone else. Maybe even this thief lady, because I don't think she's that great of a person anyway. I don't really need double thieves, but we'll wait until like the next good character comes along and we'll chuck her to the side of the road. I don't think we need her. I mean, we could even go get the bard. The bard might even be worth it. Though I think bards are generally not good in this game, so I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna, you know, I can keep the screen up, so at least something's happening. Let's whoosh. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's 1:18. I don't want to keep going. If I keep talking, we're gonna keep being here forever. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you all for coming into this very late stream. I don't like streaming this late, but it is what it is. We're on a weird schedule. I've been resting, and everything's unpredictable, just like wild magic. Hey.